Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn a new concept. So in this video, we are going to learn a very new concept. For that, I will be creating a class chocolate. I think the spelling must be this. So, what am I supposed to do? I will create some methods in this chocolate class to produce chocolate and to consume chocolate. Okay, so first the method will be this. I will call it n. Whenever we will call this method, I will provide some value. That is that value we will be producing the chocolate. So overall count, I will keep it to 0. And I will say if CH is greater than 20, then only produce some chocolates. And for that, I will write down a message. Then only produce some chocolates. Okay, so I will just keep it like this. So how to produce some of the chocolates, and I will write it down something like this. CH is equal to CH plus N, the N number of amount of chocolate which has been told. And I will write over here a message, thread dot, I'm so sorry, thread dot, current thread dot, get name, produced chocolates, and I will just print the CH value in order to know how much amount of chocolates have been produced. Okay, and after that, after producing the chocolates, I will simply call up a new method to you that is called as the notify method, which will just notify the other threads that the chocolate has been produced. Okay, now when the chocolate is not being produced, at that time what will this thread be doing? First, number 1 point, I will simply call the wait method over here. That this thread is basically doing what? It will simply wait. And before waiting, I will just print out a method over here, thread dot current thread dot get name, producer is waiting, that this thread is waiting to get produced further, to produce further chocolates. Now before starting its work, what we will do, I will simply call up the thread dot sleep method, and I will ask it to start its execution exactly after the 2000 milliseconds, because I want both of the threads to start working at the same time. Done? So this was all about the producer chocolate. Now I will create another method, that is consume chocolate. So this method will perform the activity to consume chocolates. What will we do? We will write if CH is less than 20, then only do what? Print out a message that thread dot current thread dot get name, consumer is waiting. Done. And after that, I will call the wait method. Done. And this will also ask me to try and catch and handle the exception, so we will do it like this. Now if the condition is not true, then what we are going to do, that is in the else section, what we will do, number 1 point, we will firstly start the thread exactly like we did above thread to start after 2000 milliseconds. We will do the same over here. Okay, and after that we will say while we have to consume while ch is greater than 7, ch minus 7. Okay, that is we have to consume some of the chocolates. So I will say thread dot current thread dot get name after consuming. We will again print the value of ch. Done. And again we will notify the another thread that we have done consuming the chocolates. That is it. That were the two methods for consuming and for producing the chocolates. Now what we will do, we will create another class called as the producer class, because the producer class is doing what? Going to extend thread class and will perform the following. That is the same concept, that is to create the object and then work on the same object. Same thing we are going to do. So we will create the chocolate object ch. I will create the producer constructor and I will initialize this dot chocolate is equal to chocolate. Done. Now after the run method is being called, what we will do in the run method, we will say, let me just create a variable c is equal to 10 and another variable as counter variable, and I will initialize it with 0. We will say while count is less than 10, call the produce chocolate method and pass it the c, that is to produce 10 chocolates every time, and increment it. We will now, this was our chocolate class, this is our producer class, and now we will create our next class, that is the consumer class. So this will be your consumer class which will be doing the same thing now. This consumer class will take two objects, one for producer and one for consumer. Chocolate, I mean, is equal to producer. Now what we are going to do in this, we will simply write while the condition is true, because we want it to work under the infinite loop. We will simply ask it to call the producer method. Sorry, not the producer method, but the consumer method. That is it. And now, this is not the producer, this is the consumer. Now what we are going to do over here, we will simply create the chocolate object. Ch is equal to new chocolate object. Then we will create the producer object is equal to new. The object of the producer needs a chocolate object, right? And similarly, the consumer is equal to new. Consumer requires both of the objects. Afterwards, we'll start the producer thread and we will start the consumer thread. Okay, let us now see what will happen. Okay, so there is something issue. Let me just check that out, the issue. So we will check. So in the main thread we have created an object of chocolate, a producer, to which we have passed on the chocolate object. We will start the producer thread, then we will start the consumer thread, right? Okay, now we will check for the producer. Coming to the producer class, we have created the producer constructor, providing it the value. While CNT is less than 10, produce chocolate and then add up the counter. Correct. Now, while the consumer, for the consumer as well, let us check it for the consumer. Consumer also, yes, correct. There was only one thing I guess left, that is the two threads are not synchronized. The method is not synchronized, in fact. I am hoping it's so. Making the method synchronized over here and synchronized over here. Now let us check first if it will work. I'm hoping this is going to be right. Yes, absolutely right. So see, if you can see, first the producer thread will get, after that the consumer thread has been worked on, right? So I will just make you look over here. So this is our output. First, the producer thread had created chocolates, and after that the producer threads undergoes waiting, and then the consumer thread will consume all the chocolates, and afterwards the producer will again produce the threads, and this will go under the synchronization order. That is, when one of the thread is having the object chocolate, the another thread will not have it. It will just wait for the other thread to work on, and this whole process will work with the notify and wait method, where the wait method is doing what? It allows the thread to wait for a particular period of time. Till then it is again notified by the another thread that it has finished its work and it will now start working on the thread. This is the whole concept of intercommunication thread. Hope you guys understand the concept. Thank you very much.